Welcome to Ikate's Crossing as we continue our exploration of Jin, Shin, Jyutsu. Okay, so we're up to cosmic energy. This is part 2. In nearly all cultures we find notions of a universal force that permeates all things and sets them in motion. This universal energy comes from the source of creation, whether we call it prana, which is Sanskrit, or Ki, which is Chinese, or Ki, which is Japanese. So Chinese is Qi, Japanese is Ki. They all signify the same pulsating force inherent in all life. Modern science, too, has meanwhile discovered that energy is at the core of all matter. Max Planck formulated this insight as follows: there is no matter in itself, there is only the animating, invisible, immortal spirits as the primordial source of matter, which I do not hesitate to call God. The flow of life force. Vital life energy flows through the whole body in fixed energy flow patterns. When it flows unobstructedly, we are mentally, spiritually, and physically healthy. However, life energy can be disturbed by our thinking and emotional attitudes, as well as by stress, poor eating, and work habits, injuries, and genetic predispositions. When the psyche can no longer digest the impressions of life, they are stored away in the body, giving rise to stagnations and tensions. Life energy is blocked and detained, diverted, and loses strength. Similar things happen as a result of traumas and accidents or prolonged ongoing one-sided physical activities. The blocked energy can then cause disharmony in ourselves and our lives. Knowledge about life energy as the basis of all creation helps us to go through life more consciously, that is, in accord with the laws of nature, and the seasons with the give and take between stress and relaxation, as well as the undulations of breathing in and out. This knowledge enables us to deal more mindfully with ourselves and nature. It makes us realize that the duality of the world springs from one single great source of life. It leads us to health and well-being. The energy of our hands. The hand is the outer brain of man, Immanuel Kant. The flow of life energy is especially noticeable in our hands. We unconsciously put our hands on various parts of the body throughout the day because we experience this as pleasant. For example, we hold a place on the body that hurts or put our hand to the forehead while thinking. We intuitively use this knowledge with others as well. For instance, when we calm children by placing our hands on their backs. This pleasant feeling from being touched arises because the Creator's universal energy flows through our hands. When we consciously place our hands on specific parts of the body, this universal energy is conveyed even more strongly. Jumper cabling. When practicing Jinshin Jyutsu, we place our fingers or entire palm on the appropriate part of the body over the clothes. As a rule, 2 safety energy locks are held at the same time so that energy can flow between these 2 points. Many likens our hands to automobile or car jumper cables, which give the body's empty battery an impulse to recharge itself through the universal force. The energy can then flow unobstructedly through the body again and we can relax. That's why we speak of jumper cabling when performing Jin Shin Jyutsu on ourselves or others. In general, a part of the body is jumper cabled until a powerful pulsation is felt in the fingers or the palm. The pulsation is a sign that energy is flowing. If we don't yet feel a pulsation, we can linger on the area for anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes or even up to 20 minutes. Okay, they do say up to 20 minutes. I forget about that. I do say, normally between 3 and 5 minutes. It's very rarely that you do the same position up to 20 minutes, unless you've got someone who's totally blocked. But most people who are open to Jinjitsu, to a healing, very rarely up to 20 minutes. Okay, placing hands next to each other. The method of placing our hands next to each other can be applied for pains of all kinds, and especially for burns. For weeping blisters, the hands should not be laid directly on the body, but rather held hovering over it. Yeah, never lay your hands directly on burns or any weeping blisters or anything like that. Be very careful. You don't want to be putting your hands directly on open wounds or anything like that as well, but rather held hovering over it. If we take the time to place our hands on the injured part of the body for 30 to 60 minutes immediately after a burn, this can even prevent the formation of unpleasant blisters and ugly scars. In addition, it is important afterwards to hold the affected area 2 to 3 times daily for at least half an hour. Left hand over right. For bleeding wounds or hernias, that is when something would like to flow or push out from inside the body. First place the right hand on or over the affected area, then put the left hand over the right. This positioning helps to direct energy into the body. Thus, when the right hand is placed on the body with the left hand on top, energy is pushed into the body. Conversely, if the right hand is on top of the left, energy is pulled out of the body. So, for example, let me show you. There. You've got the right hand over the left or the left hand over the right. Okay, so you've got your left hand over the right if you wish to stem the bleeding, or right hand over the left if you wish to pull something out. Okay? The hands as jumper cables. Placing our hands on ourselves or others help to recharge the personal life battery by tapping into the cosmic pulse, whereby we are but the vessels receiving energy from the great cosmic source and radiating it out again. The less this vessel is clouded by its own thoughts or emotions, the more clearly the light energy from the divine source can shine through. Being jumper cabled by others. All flows designated for self-help can also be given to others. I myself learned a lot about holding energy locks when I was jumper cabled by someone else. There were parts of my body that were in quite a lot of pain. Shoulders, most notably. I often had the feeling that they were drilling holes into me. After she applied her hands for a long time, I noticed how my inner tension positively melted away. At the same time, the pain disappeared. Gurgling sounds emanated from the depths of my body. My breathing deepened and became more steady. The facilitator's fingers now felt quite warm, and she surmised it's not the pressure of my fingers, but a blockage of life energy and your own inner tension that are causing the pain. Being touched, you perceive and become conscious of it. That's the secret. On other parts of the body again, the facilitator's hands felt as light as feathers. Okay, so let's do... So yesterday we did Safety Energy Lock 1. We're now going to do Safety Energy Lock 2, which we know is the lower back. As you can see here, it's with the dots. You can see the lower back. Okay, now we are going to include... Safety Energy Lock 3, which is below the neck. Okay, at the base of the back of the neck. There. And we are going to use number 11. Oh, sorry. Safety Energy 3 is the shoulder blade, sorry. And number 11 is under the neck. Neck. So this is the shoulder blades. And this is under the back of the neck for 11. Right. Okay, so let me read Safety Energy Lock 2. Meaning life force for all wisdom, seeing with the eyes of the Creator. Location at the upper edge of the hip bone. Opposites attract each other. Two souls are lost well within my breast. This world and the beyond, one and the same universe. The number 2 expresses opposites opening. SL2 helps us to discard entrenched opinions and return to our original wisdom and the meaning of life. SEL2 is a symbol of discrimination and free will instead of wishing to change the other's holding. SL2 helps us to change our own viewpoints. Ascending the back, SL2 relieves tension and pain in the legs. It helps all those who have to stand and walk a lot. It supports inhaling and the ability to receive. The affirmation goes, in others I recognize myself living my wisdom. In others I recognize myself living my wisdom. When and how to hold SL2. Physically, structured support of the body, back pain, also during pregnancy, herniated disc, lumbago, painful, weak, swollen legs, fosters upright posture, osteoporosis, diarrhea, constipation, and difficulty by breathing. Mental and emotional states of exhaustion, relieves mental tension, conflict, doubt, desperation, uncertainty, grief, sadness, and competitiveness. foster self-knowledge and clear perception. Now, I do want to also state, and I keep saying this, do not forget to go to a professional healer or a healthcare practitioner. Make sure you go to maybe a doctor or someone who can or a psychiatrist or a counselor if it's something mental or emotional. Maybe through something physical, you might be going to a doctor or an osteopath or something like that. Make sure you go to a professional as well if you're wanting to sort of balance, if you want to make sure that you get the right diagnosis for number one, and you get the right help that you actually need. This can just be in conjunction with that, okay? Remember, these are just in conjunction with your with the health care that you professionally need, okay? So remember that, please. Please don't just do this without getting some professional help as well. Okay, this is going to help in conjunction with your health care. Okay, first thing we're going to do is you're going to hold both SL2s at the same time. So your lower back, you're going to do this at the same time. Let me move the camera up. Okay, so what we're doing is we're touching the lower back here, and we're going to hold that position is the first thing you're going to do. Okay. So I'm going to sit down and do this. Let me just move that camera down. You do not want to see that. So we're just doing that lower back. Remember to breathe. Get yourself calm and relaxed. Remember to take a nice deep breath and to feel that energy. Being aware. Okay, you may pause the video if you need a bit longer. Okay, next, what you're going to do is you're going to do number 2, SEL number 2 and SEL 3. Okay, and number 3, as you said, was shoulder blade. Okay, so you're going to put, let me show you. Okay, so you're going to put your, right hand here. And left hand at the bottom. So, as you can see. Okay. Do this. Oops, sorry guys. So you've got your hand here, hand at the back. Let me just gently hold that position. You're doing the left side of your body. Breathing deeply and just holding it there. remember to do this daily. You've done SL1, now you're doing the SEL2. You've done SEL1 and you're doing SEL2. Okay, so when that's complete, you're then going to swap it over and do the other side. Okay. So you are doing the other side. You're doing the right side of your body. Remember to breathe. Okay, you're also going to hold your ring finger. Now don't forget to do both sides. Remember to pause the video if you need a bit longer. Okay. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to include SEL 11 as well in this one here. Now this one is actually for diarrhea and constipation if you're not regular sort of thing. Helps balance that out a little bit. Helps balance you out, regulate you, etc. And as I said, it is with SEL2 and SEL 11. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the left hand on the left SEL at the back here, and we're going to use the right hand on the SEL 11, so on the left side. Okay, so we're doing them on the exactly same side again, so you can see. So keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Remember, this may affect you, may regulate you, so it may send you to the bathroom if you like. Just want you to pre-warn yourself, just pre-warned. Okay, and now don't forget also to do the other side. Okay, so you want to do the right side as well, with your left hand on the right 11 and the SEL 11, and then on the right hand on the right SEL 2. Take a nice deep breath, just be in the moment. And remember to stop the video if need be. Pause the video. You need for each position longer. Okay, take a nice deep breath and stretch your arms up, just wiggle. Right, okay, so that's it from me. So don't forget to check the links down below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.